It turns out those who know about the history of science have come to realize the truth that science was birthed out of a belief in God, in particular, Christianity. Many of the the fathers of modern science were Bible-believing Christians. Now, I went to a public school and no one told me that. So this was a shock to me when I discovered this. In fact, C.S. Lewis, he put it this way. He said, men became scientific because they expected law in nature, and they expected law in nature because they believed in a lawgiver. Now, who exactly were these men of science who believed in a lawgiver? Well, it was guys like Francis Bacon, the father of modern science. It was Galileo. It was Johannes Kepler. It was Blaise Pascal and Robert Boyle and Sir Isaac Newton. It was Michael Faraday and Gregor Mendel and Louis Pasteur. It was Lord Kelvin and James Clerk Maxwell. We could go on and on and on. These are the guys in your science textbooks. They have units named after them, and they believed in God. For these men, God and his word was the inspiration for their science, not a hindrance to it. You need to know that. In fact, one of the most famous physicists of all time, next to probably Isaac Newton and Albert Einstein, was James Clerk Maxwell. And he actually had a Latin inscription carved into the Cavendish laboratory doors at Cambridge University, one of the most prestigious universities on the planet. And when you walk into the most prestigious university on the planet, on those doors, it says in Latin, Magna Opera Domini Exquisita in Omnis Voluntatis Ejus. Thank you, Google Translate, right? Which translates to, great are the works of the Lord, studied by all who delight in them. Psalm 111, verse 2, a Bible verse. A Bible verse as you enter a science lab? Yeah, because for James Clerk Maxwell, there was no incompatibility between the science he was doing and his belief in God. In fact, it was his belief in God that was an inspiration for the science he would do. It was giving God glory.
At Stand to Reason, we help Christians think clearly as they share their worldview with others. If you want to see more videos like this, click the subscribe button.